So let's first start with functions that we can use with characters. So these would be functions that we can test different characters. And these are summarized in table 10-1. So 10-1 is a good table to bookmark in this book for reference, because you're probably not going to remember all of these, but you'll have, like, just knowing that they're available. So then if you're writing a program later to where you're like, oh, I need to know if something's a digit, or I need to know if if you have a character, I want to know if this is a digit. I want to know if this is an uppercase letter. I want to know if this is a lowercase letter. I want to know if it's punctuation. You can use one of these functions to check that. So some of these functions are is alpha. Let's say that we've gotten some input from the user, so we have cn.get input. So we have something stored in input. We want to find out if they entered a letter or not. So is alpha, this is going to return true if they entered a letter. And it's going to return false if not. So the way that you can use this is you can say something like if is alpha, and then you're going to send it the input, so the name of the variable. And this is going to be true if they entered a letter, and it's going to be false if they entered something else. Some other functions you can use with characters are is alpha or is alnum. This is going to be true if you have a letter or a digit. This will be true if you have a letter or if you have 0 through 9. If you have a higher number, like say you have 20, that's going to be 2 digits. This one, so is digit. So this is going to be true for 0 through 9. There's also a few others, so is lower. This checks to see if you have a lowercase letter. Is punch. This checks to see if your character is punctuation. Is upper, so this checks to see if you have a capital or not. And then is space. So I don't think that you're going to necessarily memorize all of these, but it's good to know that they're available, so then you're like, oh, I know that you can check to see if I have a uppercase letter or not, and so then you would go look up the function for that. So just knowing that these are available is what you need. And then these are summarized on table 10-1, and you can also find a pretty long list of them online as well. All right, so this is a way that you can check to see what kind of character you have if you just get a character from the user. And just based on some of the programs we've been doing, this might be pretty useful, because we've been writing quite a few programs where we are asking them for yes or no, and maybe we don't want to give them the option to enter a lowercase y. So then now you have a way to check and see if it's uppercase, and you can ask them to re-enter it if they enter a lowercase. The other thing you can do is there's a function that you can use with characters, and this is to change your lowercase letter to an uppercase letter, or an uppercase letter to a lowercase letter, to upper. And what this is going to do, let's say that you have, like, let's say that we send, let's just say we have a couple of characters, so say character 1 is A, character 2 is B. So if we send this, say, character 1, so we send it something that's already uppercase, it's just going to return the uppercase letter, so it's not going to change anything. Although, if we send it the lowercase letter, it's going to return B, so it's going to return the uppercase letter. And I should have mentioned, for all of these, we need the library C-type, so you need to include C, actually it's CC type, at the top of your program. All right, and then, so this is 2 upper, there's also a 2 lower. So these can be pretty convenient, and I think based on a lot of the programming we've already been doing, you can hopefully already see a lot of things that we could have used these for.